Hi, Anis from Never Stop Trucking here. Today we are talking about how to open up an LLC if you don't live in United States. My videos are targeted to trucking and dispatching companies, but this video can be helpful to anyone who wants to start a business like that. So it doesn't have to be someone who is in transportation industry. It could be whatever industry you're in, but at the end you need to start a company in United States of America, but you live abroad. You are not a citizen of United States. You're not even a resident, and you don't even have a residence or address here, but you live abroad, you live in another country, and you want to do business in United States. But the thing is, in order to do that, you will need a registered company, and most people nowadays go with an LLC in US. So you want to do the same thing. So we're gonna go to the computer, and then we're gonna explain to you how you can do this. Now, there's an option to do it yourself, but there's also an option to use a third-party company who you pay to do this for you. I myself always do everything, most like anything I can do, I do myself, because why should I pay someone? And at the end, I think I'm gonna learn something new, and then maybe I can use it in future for myself again. But in this case, I recommend that you go with one of these third-party companies who can help you. They don't cost that much. I know if you're not in the United States, usually the standard of living is different, and then the things are way more expensive here. But at the end, it's worth it because this is what you want, right? And then you are going to do everything you can in order to fulfill your dream and do business like that and have business in America, because you can make way more money probably if you live in a different country, unless you're in maybe like Western Europe or Australia. But if you're from a country like I am, I'm from Balkans area, from Bosnia, and that's southeastern Europe, and then all those countries over there are kind of similar to Asia, maybe even Africa, because people are struggling and they want to have a better way of living. So whatever money they make from United States over there, that's a lot of more money than what they usually make. So if you're gonna pay $200 or $300 to start a business here, then it's worth it because you're gonna make that money back very soon. Especially if you have a plan, but you probably already have a plan because you want to do this, right? So in this case, I recommend you go with one of these guys. I'm not affiliated with any of them. They don't pay me anything. I just know that they can register an LLC for you. It's going to be much easier to do it that way instead of you going through all the forms. At the end, you also have to pay a fee to register. You have to have a registered agent anyway, and these companies do that as well. It's all in one package. Usually there are 3 or 4 states that are very friendly as far as opening up an LLC from abroad, and one of them is Delaware, and most people go with Delaware. In Delaware, you don't have to be a resident to form a company, but you have to have a registered agent in the state of Delaware, and these companies have offices over there or locations, and then they can be a registered agent for you. You pay them like $50 a year or so, and then they serve as your contact point in state of Delaware in case there's a lawsuit or something like that. Also, some of these companies provide mail services like receiving mail and forwarding to you, so they would get your mail, open it up, and then email you that. But you don't have to go with these companies. You can find anyone you want. We'll go over that too. So the basic thing is start an LLC in Delaware using one of these companies. and then have a registered address there, and then maybe if you need it, and you should probably have that for legal purposes, if someone sends you mail, they provide you with an address, and then they scan that mail and then email it to you. So that's an extra fee, of course. Now, these companies will also get an EIN number from IRS for you, because that's essential as well. With IRS, I know they require a residency here. You have to have an address, but they know a way. You could also do this yourself, but I think it's going to be extra forms. But they do it for you if you don't have a residence. If you have an address here in America, then also they apply with IRS for a fee to get the EIN number. So you get that too. Now, the third thing, what you need is a bank in America. Now, in United States, most banks will not even look at you unless you have a residence in United States and a social security number, and then for your business you have to have a EIN number. But there are a couple options that you can do online. There are a couple of you could call them banks, but you know they serve as a bank too, and then you can use them for banking. And whenever you have payments coming to you, like via ACH, or you can use Stripe as well, the payment service for credit cards. So these like Wise, that's one of them, and then you can use them. You can sign up with them even if you don't live in the United States, and you get an account, and then you can receive payments into that account, and then you can transfer it to your account to your country. And of course they have small fees for that, but you know, it's part of the business. You know, everyone wants their share, but the thing that counts is that you can start the LLC here, get the EIN number, and get a bank, and then you can start your legit business for whatever you're doing. So let's go to the computer, and then I'll show you around and then show you how you can do this. There are a few states in United States here that will allow you to form an entity, namely an LLC, from somewhere outside of that state, meaning you don't have a residency in that state. And then with Delaware especially, that's the case even if you live abroad, you're from overseas somewhere, and you don't have any kind of residency here. Usually you would have to have a social security number and an address, but Delaware is very flexible, and they let you open up an LLC based in Delaware without being here. There are a few things that they require, such as a registered agent, and that serves as a way for them to locate you, to you know, give you someone that represents you in that state if they need to contact you for various reasons. But state of Delaware is your way to go. And then we are here on Delaware's government website, and then it tells you all that. And then I'll have all these links in the description of this video, and then you can go there yourself and look it up. Now there's a lot to read here, but basically you're going to choose your business entity type, and then you're probably going to go with LLC. You know, if you're one member, just do one member LLC, and then you need to here obtain a registered agent, and that's for a fee, of course. And what I noticed, there is like it ranges from like $50 and more to have a registered agent in state of Delaware. And then name reservation, this is if you want to reserve the name for you. And then there are forms and all that. And then after you do that, there are annual taxes that you have to report. And then I think you know, in all states you have to renew your LLC, like do some annual reports, and that costs a fee too. Now, you see here they're mentioning that limited liability companies do not file an annual report. They are required to pay an annual tax of $300. So, they can call it whatever they want, but it's a fee. Now, this is all if you're very knowledgeable about, forms and legalities, technical things, then, it shouldn't be that hard for you to read all this, follow all these steps. But in this case, it's just easier to have someone do it for you. And then I found these guys here that they have reviews, and there was one article online and they mentioned these guys. So I guess they're recommended already and they're tried out. I never tried them out. I don't know them. I am not associated or affiliated with them. I don't get anything from them. They don't know who I am. I just found them and then I looked them up for the sake of this video, and now we're gonna go through this as well now. Now this is very simple here, and before I forget, here they don't mention anything about federal employer identification number, but you have to have one too if you want to do business here, especially if you're opening up a business account. So these guys will help you with that as well. So they have fees here, and then you should probably contact them for their pricing. Like they have like, let me see, domestic formations here. So there's this option that I saw. It's $179, and they do everything for you, all the fees, registered agent fee, because you have to pay that fee anyway. Name check, they prepare your documents, they fill your documents, you get a digital copy, and this is 1 year of Delaware, because you have to renew that every year. And now I saw somewhere that they would even apply for a federal identification number for you, for the federal ID. I saw that somewhere here. Oh yeah, right here, apply for new EIN. And they also do that for you as well. So if you don't have a US address and a social security number, that's $95 through them. So you have $95, $179 there. You have fees from the state of Delaware as well. But at the end, it's gonna cost you money. But for most people, in my eyes, this is worth it, because first, you don't have to mess with legal paperwork. They do everything for you because you are not in the United States, and they can send all the paperwork from here. They can receive it. And then also what they do, I saw here the services, they do mail forwarding, so they can receive mail for you, and that's different. They have pricing for that as well, so that you may want to look into this as well, because you may be getting mail, like official mail from the government or from brokers from your carriers, so they can do that for you as well. I'll have this link in the address too. And like I said, I'm not associated with them at all or anything like that, but I think if you are after this dream to work in United States while you don't live here and you don't have an address or social security number, this is worth it. It's probably a lot of money for someone who is not in United States, but at the end, if you want to accomplish something, you have to invest and you have to take certain risks with that. So this is as far as opening up the LLC. You can contact them, you can call them. They have Skype, chat, email, and just call them and see if they can help you, because that would be a really cool way to form an LLC here if you don't live here.
Or ask questions about forming a new company, please press 1. For all franchise tax and registered agent payments or questions, please press 2. For EIN or tax ID questions, speaking, how can I help you?
Hi, my name is Ennis, and I have a question about forming an LLC in state of Delaware from overseas, from abroad. Can you help me with that?
Sure. What question do you have?
Well, I'll tell you what I'm doing. I'm not sure if you're comfortable with this. I mean, but I'm doing a YouTube video about how to form an LLC from abroad. Just to help, I'm in dispatching in trucking business, and there are a lot of people who are in that, and they're trying to do business in United States. And then I found your website here, and just see that you guys do that. You would be able to help out people like that.
Yes, we do.
Okay, and then I see there is a fee for $179. Now, does that include the state of Delaware's fee, or is that on top of this?
The $179 will include 1 year of our Delaware registered agent service, the state of Delaware registration fees, as well as our team will prepare the certificate, submit it to Delaware, and obtain the approved certificate from the state of Delaware once it's been approved, and send it by email.
Okay, and then you guys can also help us out with the EIN, right?
We do offer additional services to assist with obtaining the federal tax ID number, also known as the EIN. It is an additional $95 to any of our formation packages.
Okay, and then also on your website it says that that you have a Delaware. I would be able to get a Delaware street address as well.
No, we do not provide companies with a business address in the state of Delaware.
Oh,
We just provide the Delaware registered agent information. So what the Delaware registered agent is we act as the liaison between your company and the state. So on public record, our information will be on the certificate of formation for the registered agent address, but that is not to be used as the company's business address.
well, what about the mail forwarding? Is that different?
The mail forwarding services is separate. It's still not a business address. It's a mailing address that we can provide for clients that need to receive mail at our location that we can forward to them, but it would not be, again, used as a business address.
Oh, yeah, of course, I understand it, but people could send me mail over there and you could forward it to me for a fee.
Correct. That's what our mail forwarding service
Sounds
would
great.
include.
Well, thank you very much for your help. You've been very helpful.
Not a problem at all.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Okay, so the address that they provide is not a real address, that you can use. It's just a mailing address where they could send you, like your bank or someone else, they could send you mail to that address, and then these guys will forward it to you. Yeah, so pretty much straight to the point, and very affordable, I guess, too. Of course, these fees add up, but at the end, I think it's worth it. Let's go to the next step here. Now, so they will do your LLC, they will do your EIN, and now let's go to banking. First option here, this is not a real bank. It's more like a payment service, so you may want to see if they're gonna work with you and if they work in your country. Okay, so they give you something kind of like a bank account, but you can use it to transfer money and receive money. So you may want to look into Payoneer. But the better way, in my eyes, is Wise. Wise.com, they have business here. And this is kind of like an international account, where you get routing number and checking number, and people in the United States can deposit money into your account, and then you can transfer it to your account wherever you live. Of course, they have fees, they charge you fees for that, but these fees are not that big. Like you see right here, they have calculators, and they can you can just calculate how much money the money that you have in the account will be after you transfer it to you, and they convert it to your currency where you live, and then you can start here for free. I'm just gonna try to see like how far will it let me go. So let's say you have a US phone number, and which is easy to get, and I made a video about that too. I'll link it here in description. Okay, let me see. So my business is United States, and it will need, I'm gonna use this one. That's what I do for dispatching. Okay, now I'm used for my actual address. I used my address in Bosnia. So let me see if this is going to work. So I'm gonna tell them that I'm in Bosnia. Let me see what it says. So there is a setup fee, and just take a look around first. Let me see. So it did let me register from there, and then with my information about my business here, United States, which is cool. So you have to pay $31 to activate it. Let me see account. Let me see here account details. So if you want to receive money in certain, get your account details. So you have to do a payment if you want to use dollars, and they will need to verify the business. Okay, and then let me see, send money, single payment. So let me see, if I send $1,000 in euros, because in Bosnia they would use euros, and they would charge me $6.40. And then if you do a wire transfer, it will be more, debit card. Okay. And then you have the currency rate, and they're gonna do, and then let me compare this with MoneyGram. $1,000 to Bosnia, it will do Bosnian marks. So that's $1,686.70. Let me try if it will let me. Yeah, euros. $866.80. Oh, it's gonna be even more than MoneyGram. Interesting. So what's the exchange? Is 0.8668, 0.7335. So they get, oh yeah, they have fees, so 867, and they get 866. So it's pretty much the same as if you were sending money abroad through MoneyGram. Western Union is much more expensive, so MoneyGram is what I do. But anyway, this will, let me see. So who do I send it to? I send it to someone else inside Europe. Choose a country. Oh, it will do Bosnia. Yeah, that's really cool. What about business? Business. Bosnia. Cool. Okay. So there is this one, and then there was also another one. Let me. Okay. So there was another one. Mercury Bank that you can use from abroad. It's called Mercury, and then here you could open up an account for your business from abroad. I think it will say yeah, as far as I know, Mercury will let you open up a bank account from abroad, a business bank account. Okay, I hope this video was helpful to you, and that you can start this. And if you have any questions, just ask me, and I'll see you around. Thanks for watching.